saying things people already know out loud is tight.
I am a collector.
Australian legends.
Funny segment.
This is
Here I come.
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI, and damn it, the whole first season of The Boys Diabolical all dropped today, which on one hand, I'm like, yes. But on the other, more carpal tunnel-y hand, I'm like, oh, that's going to be a lot of editing. But that's fine. Plan on doing them all as soon as I can. This is episode 1, which is called Laser Baby. Laser Baby's Day Out. Okay, so this must be the one that's on all the promotional material with like Homelander. But before we get into it, after the reaction, because these are only pretty short, I plan on doing a bit of a deep dive into a different character from the Boys universe as we go through this series. So if you like that show, definitely stay tuned to the end of the video. We're going to talk about the Deep at the end of this one. He's one of my favorite characters, and I can't wait to see him in this show. So hang around for that. And one thing I noticed when I was editing my reaction to the trailer is I'm seeing a lot of artwork and characters that look a lot like Regular Show. J.G. Quintel, is that the guy's name? Which I love Regular Show. I love it so much. The episode where Benson has to hold in his anger, and he's so angry to the point where he's walking across the grass just leaving like burning footprints. That is one of my favorite episodes of anything ever. So that guy is awesome as far as bizarre, irreverent humor. I haven't watched his Netflix show, so I'm not sure if this has got him in it. Anyway, let's jump into episode 1. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's check it out. 4 tunes. Oh my god. Oh my god. So that's what this is gonna be like? Oh, dude, this is... I'm so keen for this. This is like old, like, Looney Tunes style. Is this Huey? Or is this just some rando guy? This is so crazy as well. It's like silent film style. Is there gonna be no talking this whole thing? I saw this is written by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg as well, so this is amazing. Alright, Simon, what are you doing? Oh, we're trying to teach you how to use the laser.
Huh?
Yeah, shoot the laser with your eyes. Bzz. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, you're a bit tired after that one, are you, Laser Baby? This is a ballsy first episode as well. There's no talking in this. It's like the old Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers cartoons. Oh shit. So this is like the superhero baby wing, specifically. Still has no control over powers. Trial concluded? What does that mean? Alright, Starlight's on the wall back there. So when is this set? Oh, he wants to adopt.
Huh?
Who's this bloke? The big giant head. What is... How do I react to this? How do I do this? This is so weird. I'm an old school cartoon lover, so I'm getting like a lot of like sentimental joy out of this, but I don't know if that translates well to a reaction. So still in... Oh man. Alright. This is like Baby's Day Out, by the way. Oh! That seems like an overreaction. Yeah, she does that. It's the blood handprints and the baby crawling through the blood. Oh my god. I love the animation on that old one. Oh, alright. Forget I said anything. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one in Merry Melodies cartoons. The guy didn't even notice, wow. It reminds me a lot of Mr. Magoo, the old Mr. Magoo cartoons. Where he was just oblivious and like, chaos was, or Brum. Brum was just like that as well. Piranhas need love too. Guys. Oh! Is that Harambe? Are they like Conan O'Brien? The piranhas look like Conan, I'm just saying. That was definitely... That's definitely Seth Rogen in that car, by the way. I don't know if that's supposed to be Evan Goldberg. I'm not sure how... Fuck, that looks like Seth Rogen. I love it. I absolutely love that. And this artwork is so true to that old Warner Brothers style. Even the backgrounds and stuff, like they had a real kind of unique look. Oh, damn. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, that sucks even more. Oh, I mean, she farts. It happens as well. Okay. This baby's low-key killing it. Of course we need a spinning, like, steel beam on a construction site. Always great for this kind of cartoon comedy. Oh, come on, mate. You can do it. Come on, Simon. Where is she? On the other side? Oh, she wants the ball. It's actually quite sweet. Oh, this bloke. Does he have a name? Super Brain. Okay, Super Brain it is. I'm not gonna lie. Prime Video app is fucking great. Oh. Now it looks like a super toilet bowl, man. I guess he's a pretty big brain. He's probably got enough motor functions to... Nah, not enough motor functions. Jesus Christ. And that beautiful ending? Holy shit. Dude. I don't know what you're raising right now, man. It was bad. It was bad. That's all, boys. Yeah. Holy shit. Honestly, I guess I didn't know what the hell I was expecting with this show, but that was different, man. That was real different. I kind of feel like maybe Marvel's What If inspired this here, because I love the whole concept of what if. It's like, you know, these different universes and these shorter stories of these, you know, potential things that could have happened in a different universe and all the rest of it. And I feel like this is that, but just on a smaller scale with way more attitude, way more. We're going to get weird in this series. This series is going to get very, very weird, but so legitimate. The only thing I kind of wish is that they didn't have Starlight in the background on the wall, and that they actually like had like Lamplighter or like old, what was her name? Liberty. Like have those characters in there and try and make this look a bit more like back in the day, but I guess then you don't have the technology. Well, speaking of technology, the humor was so true to those old style cartoons. We saw that guy coming through on his skateboard on his phone, and he just slips over and he's still on his phone. That's obviously a very modern joke with the whole phone thing, but man, that felt like such a true Looney Tunes kind of gag, so I loved it. But let's have a chat about The Deep.
Oh.
So each reaction to this, I'm going to talk about a character from The Boys, all in preparation Season 3, which is a couple of months away still, but if you like The Boys, stay subscribed here because I'm going to be loving Season 3. But let's talk about The Deep. Doesn't he just start off as the most despicable character on the show? That first episode where the incident happens with Starlight, that was just horrific. Like, you already didn't know how far this show was going to go. And we find out that there's a character doing that kind of stuff. And Chase Whiteley? I can't remember his name. Chase something or other. He plays the perfect douchebag character at the start of this. Like, he looked so smug, so unlikable. He also looked really unintimidating as well, which is obviously pretty crucial to what goes on. But I love the scene where we see him getting punked out by Homelander after the Starlight thing goes public, and Homelander says, "What, do you think I'm dumb?" Deep is shitting himself. He's like, "No, you're smart." the comedic timing for him in that scene was just off the charts. Absolutely loved it. He's a great comedic actor, and we got to see more of that as the show went on. Obviously, that first episode was so serious, but his story gets a little bit different as it goes on. Any scene where he's talking to Fish, I love. He's, again, a great actor in doing that one-way conversation and really making it sound super fucking casual as well. Like, it does not sound scripted at all. It really sounds like a legitimate conversation that he's having. The dolphin that goes flying through the window, that was a hell of a moment. Another moment with a whale later on in the series, but he's such a flawed character in every sense of the word. Whether he's a flawed bad guy because he's got no power and he's, a bit of a pushover. He's a flawed good guy because he's got this terrible side to him. He's flawed as a super being because he seems to get a lot of fish killed when he's trying to save them as well. So the guy is just absolute train wreck of a human being. How he's on the 7 in the first place is anyone's guess. So he gets bounced out to Sandusky, which this is where I started to really like this character, because first of all, he's the Deep. He lives in the ocean, talks to fish, like, all that kind of stuff. He can breathe water. Him going to Sandusky, which is out in the middle of bullshit nowhere, there's very little water. Like, it seems like such a innocuous thing, but man, that would have been torturous for somebody who has that, aquatic, essence going through them to be sent into the middle of the fucking country. I thought that was beautifully crafted, the way they executed that whole storyline, because it really starts making you feel a little bit bad for the Deep. In fact, the scene where he gets sexually assaulted is what we'll call it in this video. Gill-fucked? I don't know. We think about what happened earlier in the season with Starlight. Terrible thing. That's what made us think that the Deep is an absolute prick. But it happened off screen. It wasn't that confronting in terms of what we saw as an audience. Fast forward to episode 4, I think it was. You've got the Deep getting violated by this woman. He is straight up getting, sexually abused at this point. And it was so in our face. Like, it was much more of a traumatic viewing experience for the audience to see what happened to the Deep as opposed to what happened to Starlight. So obviously, if these were real circumstances, it wouldn't even be a conversation that needs to be had about any of it. But in terms of what the audience saw, it was a lot more traumatic for us to see what happened to the Deep. And I'm pretty sure that was on purpose. That was a very good bit of storytelling of like, hey, we're going to set you up. This guy's an absolute piece of shit. We got something else lined up later on to, trump that and kind of make you question what you were thinking about this person, which is a ballsy thing to do with a character with those kind of personality traits. But I think that's when the audience started really feeling a bit of sympathy and liking the character of the Deep a little bit more. He has his downfall. He's on the alcohol. He meets the Scientology-inspired Church of the Collective, which was another storyline, came completely out of nowhere, but I absolutely loved, because I find, the Church of Scientology to be fascinating. It seems like, you've seen the documentaries and stuff like that. Just on the topic of that, when you see these documentaries, anybody making a documentary can frame something in the way they want. They can cut things out, they can, put things in a certain way, without even taking stuff out of context. They can just omit certain things. There is shit that happens in those Scientology documentaries that it's happening in front of you. There's no explanation needed. You're like, wow, this is quite a psychotic group of people. So, but we get a lot of that with the Church of the Collective. We get the Eagle the Archer. I think he's the one who brings him in. We get a cherry-picked wife, which was a great gag throughout an episode. You just kept cutting to these dating applications, I guess you would call it. And then at the end we find out it's the Deep being assigned a wife by the Church of the Collective, which is, so, again, that's such a violation of somebody's human right to not choose who they want to be with. And again, we're witnessing it all happening to this guy. He brings A-Train in. Oh, sorry. He also has his existential moment where he takes some magic mushrooms, I think, and starts singing to his gills. Hilarious moment. But how serious that was played and how like comical that was played at the same time. Like they were just, it was like 100% on both of those meters. It was all comedy, it was all serious, and it was a fantastic scene. But we see him bring A-Train into the Church of the Collective, then he gets to go back into the Seven because he's black, and the, what's her name? Stormfront's Nazi thing came out, so Vort's like, alright, we need another black guy. I love that scene as well, because Deep, again, he's such a flawed character, he just doesn't get it. He's like, I'm anti-Nazi. Am I going back into the Seven as well? Like, he doesn't get the political nuance of that decision. And the final scene is the Deep cracking the shits about the Church of the Collective, saying, I gave you all my money, married a weirdo who gives terrible blowjobs, and he walks out of the guy's office and says, fuck Fresca, and that's the last thing we see of the Deep. So, I love this character's journey. There have been some other really interesting stories that take place in this series as well, but the Deep is honestly one of my favorites. I just love the, it reminds me a lot of, I guess in an opposite kind of way, the Black Mirror episode called Shut Up and Dance. If you know the one I'm talking about, then you know. Kenny, what did you do, Kenny? But the Deep was kind of the same. Like, they set him up as a real legitimate scumbag at the start, and then by the end, we find out that he's actually a really, really good guy. Whereas in that episode, obviously, we go on our own emotional journey with Kenny. I'm still traumatized from that episode, to be completely honest. But that's going to wrap this one up today. Great episode of Diabolical. I can't wait to watch more of these. I'm glad they're just short little, 15-minute clips. It's going to make the editing a lot easier. Don't forget, use the hashtag OyAdam if you want to ask me a question. I'm going to try and do a monthly Q&A answer thing. So if you've got questions about The Boys or any other TV show, any other aspect of life, who's going to win in a fight between Gamora and Chris Jericho, who would win in a basketball game between Tracy McGrady and Jason Williams, and I'm just looking around my room now at shit that I can make up questions about, but literally anything, hashtag OyAdam. I'll be doing a live stream and I'll be giving away a prize to the question that I like the most. So join us for that one, and as always, be well, stay safe, look after your friends, see you in the next video. Peace.